Hey, you guys. Oh, I said got the tinkle. Then we're gonna start, guys. I meant start. Okay. Um, let's give it time for the notifications to go out. Should I do the what's it called? The intro? Let's go ahead and roll the intro. Well, we're gonna be talking about Sugar Bear in this like hangout. So we'll go ahead and roll the intro to give people time to come in here and give YouTube time to hopefully send out notifications. So let's roll the intro really quickly. I'm eating dinner, and all I've eaten today, you guys, was I ate a whole pack of crackers earlier in my office. I just gave your channel a shout out in Wes's comments. Thank you. Who's Wes? Who's Wes? I appreciate that. Some channels don't like that though. Some people will get like some people, if you keep announcing something or if you even announce other YouTubers, they'll get mad and they'll like block you or boot you out. Hey guys, who's Wes? Thank you, app. So I actually we the TV channel. Okay. Oh, I just gave you a shout out in a We TV. Oh, thank you. Um, so I've been having panic attacks again lately. They started like yesterday. Thank you, Sugar Bear. No, I'm just kidding. Sugar Bear was great. Sugar Bear, like I've actually talked to Sugar Bear several times. I've actually talked to a couple of people from the show. Um, but usually they'll say, like, they'll be like, okay, I'll do an interview, and then they'll back out. Which is why I've gotten to where I don't even announce interviews until like I'm doing the interview, basically. Like I didn't even announce Sugar Bears until I had it freaking done, basically. I think it was when I got it done. Was it when I had the why is my Sprite like floating over the can? I just popped it open. I like open the top and the Sprite is like coming up out of the can. That's weird. What you got, babe?
I didn't know you were going live right now. Yeah. Hey, real quick, I got an email about our AT&T account.
What about it? What about it?
Said something was changed on it. Thank you for.
I haven't changed anything on the AT&T account.
I might need to look into
it. It went to your email?
Yeah, my Gmail, 99 Gmail.
You're sure that's not like TikTok or anything like that? Because I had to change the PayPal password because I got monetized for TikTok and I had to link the PayPal to it. So it's nothing like that. Let me see. Sorry, guys.
So. Well, it's all right. We'll look at it later. I'm gonna look at it. And, I don't have it pulled up right now, but I was just asking. You want to go get the puppy?
Just for a minute. Y'all, I've been having panic attacks again. Really, it's just because I've been so overwhelmed with work and any of you other guys, anybody in here suffer from panic attacks? And when you do you feel like if you could just yawn, like do a really good yawn, that it would help out? Because that's why that I feel like if I could get a really good yawn, but I can't. Anyways, hopefully things will settle and the panic attacks will go away. But I'm going to talk to you guys about the Sugar Bear content. The third part 3 is uploading, but I have had a time about it. All Body says, I do, and I know what you're talking about. Yes. Like, it just feels like you cannot inflate your lungs all the way. Like, you can breathe all day long. Like, you can go, but it's like your lungs will not feel all the way. Oh, yeah. Thank you for saying that. I need to make sure that's not a scam email because them scammers are in full swing. Yeah, it's been... So, like I said, I've talked to several people from the show, people that's no longer on the show, that was on the show, still on the show. And I've talked to people from like Teen Mom, I've talked to Amber Portwood, Kel Lowry, obviously Matt Thayer. He was my friend first. Who else? I've talked to a lot of people behind the scenes, and usually they will say, "Yeah, we'll do an interview," and then I will like go to my moderators and be like, "Hey, so and so said they'll do an interview," and then when I try to set it up, they're like, "Oh, never mind, I can't," something like that. So I've gotten to where I don't even announce it unless I know for a fact it's going to happen. Also, really quickly, you guys, my son got a dog. So we already have a dog. We have our Pluto. And then Caden asked to get a dog. But basically, it's my dog.
Okay.
Don't you know it?
Basically, it's your dog.
It's basically my dog. Look at this. So Caden called me yesterday from his girlfriend's house and said that her dad's dogs had, some puppies, and he was like, "Can we please get one?" And I was like, "Ask Dad," and I really thought that Sean would say no, but he said yes. So last night we went and got the pup, and then we went to Walmart and got the pup some supplies.
Yeah, you like putting it off on me to tell them no about stuff.
I really thought that you would say no.
So I hit you with a reverse internet card and said, yeah.
I know. Which honestly, I would take down a bunch of dogs if I could.
No.
I used to not even be a dog person. Let me tell you. I know now I really need a fenced-in yard. I know.
Yeah, you tried to assassinate my dog when I went to work.
No, be quiet. No, I didn't. That was an accident. You have people on here thinking that I'm like cruelty to animals. I was never really like an animal person until we got Sonny. When we got Sonny, Sonny was tiny, little. And he looked at me like I was his mom. Like if any of my kids even came over, like trying to talk to me, even though he liked our kids, he loved our kids. He would play with our kids all day long. But if he was like sitting on my lap and our kids come over, he'd like, like what you doing, Oh, look, she loves me. I went and stole her this morning out of Caden's bed and brought her to my bed. Her name is Lola.
How do you not like that?
I think I was just so preoccupied with like little kids, like Paris, and I worked. Like I have Paris and Caden, and I worked a job, and it was just more of like an inconvenience. But honestly, I did like Gus. I just didn't like Gus as much as I loved like Sunny and Pluto and Lola. I don't know. I honestly I loved Gus. I just wasn't like overly. I don't know. But anyways, so her name is Lola. She is a German Shepherd
Pit bull.
mixed with pit bull. So Caden got her last night. We brought her home, and today Caden takes off. I scolded him on what a bad dad he was on the way.
Yeah, I said something too, because that's the only reason why I really said yeah, even though I knew you were trying to put it off on me to tell them no.
Well, I was not going to tell them yes or no because I was like, if I tell them yeah and you don't, and you're not cool with that.
Well, yeah, it's something we should have to talk about. But it should be more like, let me talk to your dad about it.
I was busy. I didn't have time, honestly. I've been so busy for the past few days with the Sugar Bear interview that I've done nothing but work and sleep a little bit. Like a little bit. So her name is Lola. She is, I keep forgetting, I keep wanting to say Great Dane, but she's not a Great Dane. She's part pit, part, what'd you say? German Shepherd. I don't know how I keep forgetting that. So today I'm in my office working, and Kaden comes in here and wants to know if him and Eli can go to the movies with their cousin. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And he's like, well, can you bring us not to the movies, but to their cousin's house? And their cousin lives 45 minutes away. And I'm like, Kaden, I am so behind on this video that I'm working on. Like, it should have been uploaded like an hour ago. Like, really? He's like, I'll drive there, and then you just have to drive back. And I'm like, can I bring y'all to Granny's house? Because Granny lives like halfway, and then Granny take y'all to your cousin's house. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Shout out to Granny. because she did. So he drove to Granny's house, and I worked on editing, and then I had to drive back. Well, I didn't get to work on editing while driving. And then I got back home and I picked it back up. But y'all, I'm gonna give you the whole rundown on the whole interview and why the video is still not up all the way. Bye bye, Lola. Florida is like so curious about Lola. We think that she is like just trying to make sure that Lola's like good, like
Yeah, when Lola like walks up to one of us, Lola,
Florida.
Pluto will run over there and jump like in between whoever and Lola. So she won't let Lola walk up to anybody.
Yeah, she won't let Lola walk up to
But
anybody.
she was trying to. I put them down earlier a while ago. Pluto was like trying to play with her, but
she's just so big.
yeah, she's being like rough with her.
Yeah.
Like Pluto's trying to pick her up by the back of her neck,
I
like
know.
a mama does,
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Bendy. Thank you so much. Bendy said, "Welcome, sweet Lola." $6.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, and here's the thing. I don't live in Georgia, but my husband was raised in Georgia, and he went to school in Georgia. How long did y'all live in Georgia?
I don't know, long time. I went every. I was thinking 10 from that we moved there for 10 when I was 10, but
no,
because I went to school the entire time in Georgia.
Yeah.
So it had to be like right before, which kindergarten. How old was I then? 5?
Maybe 6. So, we still know a lot of people. I mean, you're just next. No, none of them live in Georgia anymore. I was going to say some of his siblings still live there, but they don't. They've all moved down this way. But he still has a lot of friends that live up there. My moderator Candy lives up there. Did your mom go to school? Yeah. Did she go to school? Where did she go to school at?
Mom went to Gordon, I think. Because I don't know. When she started school, I was in the Army. And I was like gone all the time. So I think she went to Gordon College. But then she went to BYU in Utah. So they moved to Utah.
Yeah. That was after you were grown, though. She moved to Utah. My nose ring.
Well, she started college after I was gone.
Dude, my nose ring got stuck one time in the hole where the space is, and it took me a minute to get it put back in. But anyways, okay, so we're not from Georgia, but I've been a couple of times. He was born and raised there. His mom went to school there. Anyways, I have moderators that live there. The super chat. I just want to say thank you, Benny, for the super chat. My entire family, basically, like aunts, sisters, mom, cousins, all of them have planned a vacation, right? And they want it to be like an annual thing. We've never done anything like this before. The women have done this twice where they go on a vacation, like all the women and the older girls. So now we're gonna go do. They want to do like even like where Shine can come, our kids can come, and we found a house that is huge and it can sleep like 36 people. So that is gonna come up in July, and if I go, all super chats, PayPal, Cash Apps, all of those that I get from like now until then will go towards that. So if you're like, hey, I'm gonna super chat Elle Bee, that's more than likely what your money will go to, unless something comes up in the meantime, and I don't get to go, then it'll just go towards bills or something. But that's what I'm hoping that we can go to. I'm hoping we'll be able to make it. It's going to be at the end of July. And it's going to be fun. I've never been on a vacation with like all my family, and I'm super excited about it. So my family gets along pretty well. Like my family is one of those families that up until like my grandma passed away a couple of months ago, we still met up at my granny's house like every Sunday. Literally, this has been a tradition from the day I was born. Like when my granny's kids started moving out of the house, they had a tradition. On Sunday after church, you go to granny's house for Sunday dinner. And this was the tradition up until my granny passed away a couple of months ago. Now everybody's kind of lost and we're trying to make sure we can stay together. we did holidays, every holiday together. And we used to have all the holidays at my granny's house, but we outgrew it because there's so many of us. My granny has like 8 children. I think she has like 40 grandkids. And so when I say like all the family, some of them can't go, but it's the majority of them will be going. Um, the freaking Airbnb, you guys, is like $5,000 for the weekend. So everybody's having to pay like a certain amount on their half. My part for the Airbnb is like $1,270 or something like that. And I'm like, man, I could pay that and just take my own little family and stay in a hotel and do something cheaper or stay in a cheaper Airbnb, just my own little family. But I really want to go with my family. Like that's like the whole point. I really want to go with my family because like I said, I get along great with my family. My kids get along great with their cousins. I mean, right now, two of my boys are gone with their cousins. So, anyways, if you just anybody at future reference, super chats, PayPal's, Cash App, all those is going to be put to the side for that, and hopefully we will be able to go. So let me guys tell you about the Sugar Bear interview and how that came about. Like I said, I've talked to Sugar Bear several times. And he has said a couple of times, like, hey, yeah, I'll come on and I'll do an interview and I'll do an interview and I'll do an interview. And we've never been able to do it. Well, he reached out to me the other day and said, hey, I can do an interview. And I said, okay, great. And he reached out to me on Sunday, which was Mother's Day. Um, Sherry, I think the trip is like the last weekend in July, is what I think they said. Um, so he reached out to me on Sunday, Mother's Day, and Sean got called in to go to work that day. So for Mother's Day, we were actually going to go now, since Granny passed away. Sunday dinners, we're still trying to do Sunday dinners at my aunt's house now. So we were like, let's do a Sunday dinner on Mother's Day at your aunt's house. Or actually, we moved to my cousin's house this time at your cousin's house. So I was gonna go to it, but I have been working so much that week that I was kind of exhausted. Some of my kids took off for the weekend, and then Sean got called in to go to work. So I was like, you know what? As much as I do want to go, I'm like exhausted, and it was Mother's Day. So I was like, I'm just gonna hang out at the house with a few of the kids that didn't dip out on me. Um, and I don't know. I want to say he reached out like around like 3 or something, and was like, "Hey, I'm ready to do that interview whenever you are." And I was like, "Okay, great." And I know that if you don't get it right then, they change their mind quick, right? So I was like, "When can you do it?" And he was like, "Well, whenever you can." And I'm like, "Well, I cannot do an interview without Sean home because I would need to be in my office and my kids, if Sean's not in there to keep them occupied, they will come in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out a million times in my office. So I was like, well, my husband got called into work, and then Sean had planned to take me out to dinner for Mother's Day after he got off work at like 7. So I was like, well, my husband's at work, so I can't do it now. And after he gets off work, we're going out to eat. So can we do it like Monday? Any day next week I'm free. And he's like, well, I gotta work on next week. So I'm like, if I say next weekend, before next weekend gets here, he might dip out. So I'm like, well, maybe after me and my husband come back from dinner, if that's not too late. He's like, that'll be fine. I'm like, are you sure? Because it might be like 9:30 or so my time. You're in Georgia, you're an hour ahead of me. So are you sure? He's like, I'm sure. I'm like, okay. So I did me and Sean kind of wrapped our dinner up a little bit early so I could get back home a little bit earlier to start the interview. I know Kelly. Kelly says now we just need to get Gino on, but I haven't talked to him for a while now. I hope he's still doing good. At this point, probably nobody else in the family will talk to me. Because I'm not they don't like me anymore. Which that sucks, but it sucks that they don't understand that I was a fan for like 10 years that got turned off by their actions. I'm not like a hater out here just trying to bash them. No, I've never bashed them. I actually, if you go and watch any video that I've done on this family before Jalen's arrest, you will see that I like praise this family. every video I've ever done, I have praised this family. Up until even when Jalen got arrested, I was like, like, I'm sure they are ticked off. They probably won't let Alana see him for a little while, but I'm leaving it up to Pumpkin and Josh on if they, allow Alana to continue seeing him because I trust their judgment. But I at least thought that there would be some repercussions, that they would speak out against what he did, but they didn't. And instead, they attacked everyone that had a problem with it. They're like, mind y'all's own business, go wash y'all's fish fillet, PUSSY. And that's when I was like, no, 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 no. I cannot support people that don't understand where their bread is buttered. They don't understand that their followers are where is what has them where they are. If you're gonna cuss out your follower and tell your follower, it ain't gonna make me none if I lose you. This train's gonna keep on like. And to hear a 17-year-old talk like that, like the way that Alana was talking, blew me away. Like I know kids are gonna cuss. I probably got some closet cussers. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, if my 17-year-old child said something like that, whoo, online or in front of me, she would not have a phone. She would not have a car. She probably wouldn't have no teeth. Just kidding. But I tell you what, if I would have ever said anything like that from my mama, I wouldn't have no teeth. Like my mama was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not much of a spanker. Like I grew up being spanked, but it's just something that I struggle to do. But I'm more of like a put you in the corner or take your phone, take your car, like ground you. But I tell you what, if my child ever, and I'm seeing all these comments, a lot of people feel the same way I do. Like the majority of people feel the same way I do about it. But there's like every like maybe 10 or 12 comments, there's like that one person that's like, oh my God, she's a teenager. Like teenagers are gonna curse. That was beyond cursing. That was saying telling people they need to watch their stanky PUSSY and watch their raggedy kids, that you got 5 or 6 kids, five or six baby daddies that you don't even know are your baby daddy because you just needed some effing DICK. What? Let my child talk like that in front of me. Girl, you will stay in this house until you are 18 and can move out. Like, as a parent, if my child talked like that, I would be utterly embarrassed because I don't raise my kids to speak like that. I tell you what, I get compliments on my kids all the time, except Eli. He's bad. We're struggling with him, but like all my other kids, oh my God, I get compliments on them. Like even the lunch ladies. I remember I went up for parent teacher conference one time, and one of the lunch ladies stopped me and was like, "Your son Caden is the only one that says yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and thank you when he comes to the line." And I'm like, that is Caden. Caden says yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, and thank you. Like we teach all of my kids to do it. He's the one that's like really the best at it, but we teach all of our kids to do it. Now Eli, he does it, but Eli at school, he bad. And but we Eli has gotten in trouble at school and on the bus. And you know what we do? You know what we have done? The bus driver one day pulled up here to let him off and stopped and didn't tell Eli, but told Bobby, go get your parents. I need to talk to them about Eli. Stay right out there. Got me at first. And she tells me that Eli was being rude on the bus, was being loud, and it was like distracting her. So I was like, hold on 1 second. So I go get Sean. I'm like, you need to listen to this. She still got kids on a bus. I'm like, she told Eli to be quiet and he still didn't. So I'm like, Sean goes and gets Eli, brings Eli out to the bus with kids on the bus, and he like gets on Eli's butt and he's like, no, you apologize to her. So he apologized. Like, no, 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 no. We have literally like met with all of Eli's teachers. Like when he's done stuff like that, I made Eli go back and apologize to teachers. That happened again the other day. I made him go apologize to a woman down the street because him and his friend was walking to grandma's house, which lives right down the street. And it wasn't even Eli, but his friend said something disrespectful. And they came and told us. So I made him and his friend, and that was the first time his friend ever stayed the night, but I made him and his friend walk down there and apologize to that woman. Because I'm like, you are not about to embarrass me and act like I did not raise you with no manners. No, ma'am. Or sir, whoever. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, they don't like me. It is what it is. I don't think they care. According to them, they don't care if they lose a fan, So I don't know why they're bothered, but they think I'm just being a hater. Or that's what they, people like to say. When you really have constructive criticism, that's what they'll say. You're just a hater. No, actually, I was a fan of yours until you cursed us all out and told us to go watch our PUSSY. And it was in that moment that I said, you know what? On Friday nights, at whatever time that show comes on, I will make sure I'm watching my PUSSY and not watching WeTV. Since you are all for us watching you and praising you on all that you do good, but if you do something bad, or Alana does something bad, or Alana's boyfriend does something bad, we're not allowed to comment on it because we need to mind our business then all of a sudden. Sorry, that's not how the world works. And then, like, some of her people will be like, mind your business. I get paid to cover reality TV stars. So it kind of is my business. But why are you over here telling me to mind my business? My business ain't your business, homie. How are you going to tell me to mind my business? You know? Um, exactly, Kelly. So anyways, so Sugar Bear was like, I'll do it tonight when y'all get back. So we quickly went out and ate. Sean also got me a new wedding ring for Mother's Day. I don't know if you guys can see it. Which honestly, when he walked in with it, because I told him don't give me nothing. I said we'll go out to dinner. I'm a tight wad, just because we have a lot of kids and Caden's about to need a car, and I want to buy a bigger house. So when he came in, he was like, "I got you something." I was like, and he pulled the box out. I'm like, Sean. And then when I seen it, I was like, okay, never mind. I love it. We'll keep it. So, anyways, App, are you okay? App, I think you're talking a different language. So anyways, we sped up the dinner and I got home and I didn't even have time to think of good questions because we got home at like 9:30 or something, which was 10:30 his time or something like that. So I'm like, I don't want to sit here and think of questions. I did ask my Discord, like, hey, if you guys could ask Sugar Bear some questions, what would you guys ask? And like 3 or 4 people left comments or whatever. So I'm like, what are questions I can ask? What are so really quickly, I like start trying to think of some, write them down. I message him and say, like, hey, I'm ready. And I'm like, do you want to be on camera? And he's like, no, I'd rather just my voice. He's like, I'd rather just do my voice and not be on camera. And I was like, dang it. Because when you can have somebody on the screen with you, the sound is a lot better. You don't on the phone, it can be difficult because if they move away from the phone or if they're outside and wind goes to blowing, but if you're like on like the screen, it can make it easier, right? So anyways, he didn't want to be on the screen, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. So he called me and I recorded. So he called me on my phone and I just put my phone like next to my mic, right? And I recorded me. Um, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah. So it lasted. We actually talked for about an hour and 45 minutes or so, but not all of that made it into the interview because some of it was us just like, hey, is there questions that you don't want me to ask? Certain things like that. Um, it was pretty like, I'm down for whatever you want to ask, I'm good for. And I'm like, okay. So, what's so crazy is there was only 2 times that I could not understand him. There was only 2 times that I couldn't understand him, and one time I asked, because I follow Jennifer on Facebook, and I said I saw like a couple months ago Jennifer said that she was going to be on TV again. That it wasn't the last that we saw of her on TV. Do you know what she's talking about? And he said yes, that she had gotten asked to be on a TV show. And I'm like, well, what TV show was it? And he said the name of it, but I could not understand him. And I'm like, what was that? And he said it again, but I could not understand him. And I didn't want to say again, what was that? So I just said, okay, that's cool. I cut that part out because, well, if I couldn't understand him, I knew you guys weren't either. I mean, he did not make me run the questions by him. No, he did not. I was like, is there any questions that you don't want me to ask? He was like, nope. I was like, so are you willing to answer all questions? He's like, pretty much. He was like, if there's something that I will, don't want to get into, I'll say that. I'll say, well, I don't want to get too much into that. Like, he didn't want to get in too much to like his and Heather, like why they broke up. Um, but he still said it. He still said, like, I said something that I shouldn't have said, and she sent me packing, you know. So he still even said it. Now after that, so that interview was done Sunday night. What is even today? Thursday. Um, we stopped it. It was like 11:30 or something. I don't even know. When we got off, and I was tired, but I went ahead and put the whole video into my editing software, and I made like the little attention. Um, this video is for, or everything said in this video is for, Elle and Sugar Bear's opinions, and I did some little tweaks, and then I went to bed. I got to bed and I could not sleep a wink. So I actually laid in bed kind of working on it. And one thing that I did realize is I had Sugar Bear's audio was a lot lower. Um, so y'all, I also decided that I was going to do it in 3 parts. So I went ahead and I figured out where I was going to stop that last part, and I cut that off. Now, as I was listening to the video, I realized that I kind of went all over the place at times. Like, we started talking about, like, I asked him a question and it led into, I asked him about Alana, and it led him into talking about Draylin. But I didn't want to really talk about Draylin right then, because I'd actually asked him I'd asked him about no, Heather. I'm like, did Heather ever meet, Alana? And he's like, no, she never did. Um, I tried to get in touch with Alana a couple times. I did ask her at one point when I did finally get to talk to her. She didn't want to meet her, which is understandable. And there was a couple of other things, but he went into talking about Draylin, and I was like, well, we'll go back to Draylin in a minute, but I have a few more questions about like Heather and like Jennifer. I was like, is Jennifer a really mean girl? So because like we started talking about Draylin right then, and he started giving his thoughts on it, but then I went back to Jennifer. I knew I wanted to take the spot where we were really talking about Draylin and put it there. And I wanted to the spot where like I had to take some clips out and move them, if that makes sense. Just so it flowed. So it flowed. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm asking him about Jennifer, but then all of a sudden I go into Draylin, like, but then, I go into Draylin, but then I'm like, well, let's go back to Jennifer. Because that's kind of what I did, just because I didn't really have time to prepare like I needed to. So what I had to do is I literally had to figure out where I was going to stop it, listen to it, and I knew what I asked. So when he went into talking about Draylin, I went and got the other part of the Draylin conversation and put it there, rather than me saying, well, let's go back to Jennifer. And then where we were talking about Jennifer earlier in the video, I think I cut out the part where I said, well, let's go back to Jennifer. Yeah, I cut that part out, and we were talking about Jennifer, and I just put the rest of the conversation about Jennifer there. So I had to like kind of move things around a little bit so it flowed nicely. So I did all that night. Finally, I quit about 3:30 in the morning. I laid in bed, like doing this about 3:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, I'm done. So I need a bag. Um, the next morning, was Monday, and oh, also what I had to do, you guys, the next morning I wake up and I start editing again. Obviously, like I have to get up and I have to like help feed the kids and do all that. And if I don't come out to my building, I cannot edit and just edit. I'm working on a part and then the kids need me to go get this, or the kids need a charger, or the kids want to come show me something. Heather, hey Heather. I follow you on Facebook, and I also let me put that back up there. I also so I saw where you commented on my video, and somebody was like, you should try to reach out to her. So I contemplated it. I would absolutely love to chat with you if you're down to chat, or if you want to tell me here what he said that was not the truth. Um, are you talking about in regards to y'all's relationship or something else? The way that I do interviews though is um I usually take people for what they're saying. If I know for sure that what they're saying is not true, then I might take them to task in a nice way about it. And say like, "Oh, so what about this?" I'm not going to be like, "Well, you were lying. That didn't." You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's rude. You don't want to do that. Yeah, Heather is Sugar Bear's ex. I'm just not a rude person to begin with, and I don't want people to hear me doing that and then be like, I'll never do an interview with her. So if it's something that I know for sure, like, well, that can't be true, then I'll be like, well, what about X, Y, and Z? And kind of get their thoughts on it, or whatever. But usually anything else, I'm just going to let them speak and ask them their questions. But Heather, I have you on Facebook. If you want to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Um, and hear, your side of it. I think he said he said the reason y'all broke up is because he said something. Now, he did go a little bit more in detail with me on the phone, about it, but just a little bit, and he did say it was his fault. On the phone, he did say that, it was his fault, that his temper got the best of him, and he said something that he shouldn't have said. Um, when him and Mama June were on marriage boot camp, he said he cheated on her, and, I forgot about so much because I didn't have time to prepare. Like, somebody left a comment, was like, "What about that time he, like, ripped his shirt off at Pumpkin and was, like, yelling at her?" And I'm like, "I forgot all about that, but if I could get him back on, I would ask him about that." Absolutely. I would ask him, like, "So what was going through your mind? Why did that happen? If you coulda got closer, did you really have, like, intentions of, like, duking it out with her? Like, what happened there?" You know? So anyways, um, so I got up the next morning and I tried doing a little bit of editing in the house while tending to the kids, and I realized quickly I wasn't gonna get much done. I ended up getting to come out to my office. Sure likes to look at other ladies. I'm not shocked. Um, so I realized also that I needed to increase his volume, but not mine. That my volume was fine, but his was really low. So you guys know what that consisted of? Go into the video, and every time after I stopped talking, I had to slice it, let him talk, slice it, and then just take that one piece and increase the volume on that one piece. Play it again, let me talk. After I stop talking, stop. I had to slice each time he spoke and increase my volume. I mean, and increase the volume on him. So I increased the volume on part one, but I did not add closed captionings just because I thought with the increase in the volume it would be fine. And it was on my end. Looking at ladies is one truth. Thank you, Heather. Was that a part of y'all's problem, Heather? Like, was there some cheating going on there? If you're comfortable, obviously. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I got the volume thing done, and then I knew because I have watched them since Dollars and Tiaras, so I knew there was clips that I wanted to go grab to put in place of some things that was said. So then I spent like the next like 4 hours searching for clips that I knew existed. I literally spent like 4 hours looking for clips that I knew that was out there, right? Then once I found them, I had to screen record them, then put that clip into my editing software, and then I had to tweak it enough to where it would not violate copyright. So that's why like the clips that I played were on like a little fake TV screen on a stand, because if you just showed the clip itself, well, WeTV is going to get you, Um, so I spent like 4 hours getting the clips and like another like hour and a half editing those clips alone. Then I needed a break. So I'm like, I need a break. So I have started doing like Teemu unboxings, which now I'm struggling with because Sean's like, don't do that. And on TikTok, I have two accounts. I have my Elle Bee and then I have my Leslie Bass account. And on the Leslie Bass account, I have uploaded like my Teemu unboxing, right? And I got another package in. So I was like, you know what? I need like to woosah from the Sugar Bear stuff. And I will record my Teemu unboxing. So I recorded my Teemu unboxing, and then I went back to working on the Sugar Bear stuff. Um, when did the first Sugar Bear video even go up? I don't even know. It was a lot. I completely understand, Heather. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you so much. Um, right now. Heather, I just want you to know that I wasn't trying to get like dirty details into him. Because I told him from jump, like whatever you're comfortable with. If there's something you don't want to talk about, because I do understand you're a private person. You were not on the show, um, so I do understand that. I will say he took accountability for the relationship ending. He did say that he said something that he shouldn't have said, and he told me that his anger kind of got the best of him, and he acted out. And you send him packing, and you know, I completely understand. Okay, okay, let's read Heather's comments. Okay, right now I don't want to go into detail, but I get furious when people say one thing, but then behind the cameras or interviews it says other stuff. I absolutely understand that 1,000%. If there's anything that you would like to, you can message me on Facebook. Even if you don't want to interview, you can just say, listen, this is what really happened. And I can do a video on that, whatever you want. He did say he lived with her, or he had been in Tennessee for a year. So I have started doing Teemu. I've had received 3 um, shipments already, and everything so far, I love it. I'm telling you guys, love these shoes. I wear them everywhere. I think you guys can really see them. And I paid like $7 for them or something. I got a bunch of sandals that I paid like $5 for. I don't even know. Like, I'm in love. So if you want to see, I've ordered me shoes, my son Dakota shoes, Sean's shoes. So I can show you guys really quickly. Kelly B says, listen, Leslie keeps your secrets. Trust me, we've been friends for a long time and she is trustworthy. Thank you so much, Kelly. Yeah, I've known Kelly for quite some time. And read the reviews if you're going to do Teemu though, because if you want to buy something on Teemu, usually if it's like not good quality, it'll say that like people will comment say, well, I got it and it was the wrong size up. Or people will say, well, I got this one in a different color. And if you see that several times, then just know you might get it in the wrong color. I had said I would be open to it, but I would never portray myself to be someone different. My integrity and how I myself can be. Oh, Heather, I love that because one thing that I did learn is that Jennifer was portrayed to be a mean girl when in reality, Sugar Bear said that's not the case. That she's not. That she is not a mean girl at all. So I'll show you. You guys can check. I only have one video up right now. I did record the other video. And now I have to record the 3rd video because I've had 3. I'll show you guys my page really quickly, and then we'll continue talking about I've never looked at my name, Leslie Bass, before. Not on TikTok, and somebody has like October Mom has a video of mine. Huh. Okay. All right. Let me screen share with you guys really quickly, and I'll show you guys my Teemu. Oh, that's not it either. I'm confused. I only have one video up right now, but I will be making more. And there's some things that I ordered that I'm super excited about. How do I get to my other account? Oh, okay, that's what it's under. Dang, what's that? All right, so here it is. So it's under Leslie Michelle Bass. Jesus, Why did I do that? I have no idea. And here's
Okay, guys, let's do our first.
Here's my first unboxing. I'll just show it to you guys right now.
Teemu review or Teemu unboxing, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to be obsessed with this site called Teemu. It's kind of like Amazon, but cheaper. So I ordered 8 items on April 24th. It took 11 days for this big bag to get to me. All 8 of my items was in this bag, packaged separately inside the bag. So the thing that I'm probably the most excited about are these pillow slippers. They're so comfortable, you guys. I love these. I paid $7.
I love those. And every one of my bags, the first bag, it took 11 days to get here, but the other 2 took 10, both of them. I love those slides. Love those. I have really bad pain in my feet. But those, like I cannot walk barefooted at all because when I walk barefooted, it hurts way too bad. Okay. So I always have to wear some sort of slide or slipper or something. I always have to. Love those. My son has recently been stealing those from me. And the first time he stole them from me, he was outside in them and he got some black stuff all on them. But I literally just got like a washcloth and wiped it and it came right off. So they're easy to clean. Now, my son, when he left to go to the movies with his cousin, he was like, "Can I borrow your slides, mama?" Even though he's got so many shoes, he's got Crocs, freaking Jordans. He wanted to wear my slippers because they are so cute and they are super comfy. So I love these. I wear these every single day.
$18 for these, and I've had them for 2 days, and as you guys can see, I'm literally wearing them like there's no tomorrow. They are not the hard rubber that most slides are. They're more like a, I don't know, like a foamy texture. I don't know, but they are so comfortable. I love them, and they do clean easily. My son wore them and got like some black stuff on them. I was able just to kind of wipe it right off, and they are clean. They are true to size. I ordered a 7. That is what I wear normally, and they fit like a glove. Love these. $7.18. The Wi-Fi panorama camera. You just link it to your phone. It has motion detection, wide angle lens, night vision, two-way audio, and a cloud storage service. You can just twist it into a light socket, or it comes with this where you can mount it to like the ceiling and run the wires through it. We have not put it up yet, but we are thinking about putting it up either in our living room or outside.
We still haven't put it up yet, but I'll let you guys know once we do.
In our garage because the cameras that we currently have stopped working. So super excited about this. I paid $17.98 for this camera, which is not bad if it works, but I still don't know if it works.
So $17.98 for that camera.
Okay, and next I got these pink cloud slippers for $6.28. I have put my feet in them and kind of walked around the house. Yes, despite the fact that they have these, I have tried these on. They are also a 7, and they are true to size. They seem really comfortable, but right now I just cannot stop wearing these. So once I wear these out, I guess I'll move on to these. But
I'm probably going to have Sean bring me those later because right now I have my tennis shoes out here and I'm probably not going to put them back on. So I'll probably wear those while my son has my other shoes.
I really like these. They're true to size. I love these. These are brown cross strap shoes. I paid $8.98 for these. They fit really well. I ordered
love those.
Size 7, true to size. They are not made of cheap fabric. They are really hard. I mean, what you would buy over here at, not cheap at all. The stitching seems fine. So
I'm not sponsored by them. I mean, I think anybody that buys from them can get like an affiliate link. I don't have one though. I mean, I think you can get one. I just really wanted to do it. Like I really just, because I've been seeing everybody talk about it. And I'm like, let me do it. Because I mean, I got 6 kids, family of 8, like we're always needing stuff. Like summer's coming, like all my sandals are from last year. You know what I'm saying? So I just really want to try it. So I don't have an affiliate link. I don't work for them. But they actually did send me an email the other day and asked me if I would like to be an influencer. And I ain't even responded to it. So this is like my own opinion based off nothing else.
We're excited about those. I also ordered these leopard sandals, and let's just say I'm in love with these. They're not as even as cute on camera as they are like on your foot, but I love the gold around. Really cute sandals, true to size 7. Awesome. Love them. I paid $8.68 for these. And then next, I ordered this little bag. It's like a fake Louis Vuitton dupe. Now, I will say this is not the color that I ordered. I ordered silver and it came in gold. And I'm not super mad about it. Inside, there is a strap. There is a strap that you can put on it, but I try to put it on it. It looks better without the strap. I will say, just for everyday, like kind of toting it around, it's fine. Now, if you go to looking at it very closely, you can see like some of the stitching is not the best, but hey, I paid $8.89 for this like little Louis Vuitton dupe bag. So if I was just like toting it
And I will say it's not advertised as a Louis Vuitton dupe because that's illegal. If something is advertised like it's like Louis Vuitton or like a dupe, I believe, I think that's illegal. It just has like a little LV symbol, but it's literally labeled like something handbag. But because it's got that little, it kind of looks like that's what it is. But I ordered silver. It came in gold. I took it to Walmart with me the other day. It was cute. Whatever.
around one day. Can't tell. Inside of it has several little compartments. Not bad. But I was kind of bothered that I did not get the silver and I got the gold. But the gold is still kind of cute. One more item that I ordered, and they are these shoes that I've already worn. I love them. Size 7 is what I ordered. True to size. They have the cute little shoestrings at the end. Really cute. I love them. And I paid $14.29 for these sneakers. Love them. They were comfortable. I actually wore them grocery shopping earlier. And yeah, I love them. So I do have to say, I'm extremely happy with my Teemu haul. I spent, let's see, $44.73, $8.68, $8.98, $8.89, $7.18, $17.98.
So that was my first haul. My second haul was this. Because I got a new phone, I needed to get like a new case. I got 2 cases, some screen protectors, Sean some shoes, and some chargers, I think. Love the cases. I paid $1.48 for this case. For both cases, I paid $1.48. I think I paid $1.98 for 2 screen protectors. This has turned into like a Teemu thing. And then my third haul came in today. Both of those will be on my TikTok if you guys want to go check it out. But I stopped and recorded that second one just to kind of as like a refresher because it was such a tedious task to slice each individual section of everything, everything he said, and it was difficult. So I put the first one up and I realized, oh my God, the audio is not that great. You can't understand what he's saying. Like I could on the phone with him, but like when it like what am I thinking about? Gendered. No, when it went through like to YouTube or whatever, you just couldn't hear him that well. So, and I got great views on it, but I got a lot of comments saying like I couldn't understand him. So my part 2, I did not get as many views, but it's because I feel like people are probably like, oh, I'm not going to watch that. The audio is horrible. But I added closed captioning and I increased the audio even more. Part 3 has closed captioning as well, and I increased the audio again. But this was a very time-consuming, tedious task. So last night, I finally conked out at like 1:30 or something. I don't even in the morning. And then I had to get up early today. And then yesterday I stayed up almost all night working on it. And then I had to get up and bring my son to the dentist. And then I got back home and I've just been hitting it hard. And so today I come out to my office whenever I got done like tuning the kids a little bit, leaving them with Sean, come out to my office and I sit down to start editing part 3. And you guys, I'm like falling asleep, like trying to I'm like, oh my God, like I'm so tired. So I was like, I have to go take a nap. This was around like 12:30, I think. I finally got out here around like 12, and like within like 30 minutes, I was like, I gotta go back inside. I gotta take a nap because I'm like falling asleep. So I went in the house and I took a nap for like an hour and a half. Got back up, and the kids wanted to talk to me. You know, my son Bobby wanted to show me his edits that he was making, and it took me about 20 minutes to get back out here to my office. Um, but I finally started, and y'all, my software that I used to edit on, CapCut, um, it was it started like glitching so bad. So now the tedious little task that I already had to do, it slowed it down really bad. Like when I would click to stop the video to go into, okay, let me tell you guys this. On the software that I have, you can add closed captioning. You can add it, right? However, even closed captioning wasn't picking up on everything that he was saying. So almost every time the closed captioning was under him, I still had to go back in and switch it to say what he really said. Um, so I had to do that, but then my phone started glitching. The software started glitching, and then when I would click it to go into the box to change it, it wouldn't take it at first. I would have to click like 5 times, and then when I would like backspace, it was like glitch trying to backspace. It wouldn't glitch at first, and then when it finally started backspacing, it would take away the whole sentence except like the last 2 words, which would be what I needed to fix. And then I would have to type the whole thing over again, and then it was taking like 30 seconds for the letters, each letter to pop up. It took me, you guys. I got back out here, and it literally took me until like 7 o'clock to finish this like 20-minute video. It was terrible. And then I saved it to my computer and was going to upload it to YouTube because it's quicker to do it that way than from the phone. Oh, then I went to download it on my phone and it took like 20 minutes. And then it said, oop, your storage is full. You can't download this. So I had to go through and delete a bunch of stuff. Try again. 20 minutes later, it said, oop, it's downloaded. Thank God. So then I switched it over to my computer, and that way I could just upload it to YouTube, which is easier and it don't take as long than if I'm uploading it from my phone. I saved it to my computer and I could not find it anywhere. I had to call Sean and get him to come out here, and he couldn't find it. He couldn't find it. So then I was like, I'm just gonna download it from my computer. It'll probably take all night, but I'll do a live stream and like just because I need like a woosah. Like let me talk to my people, hang out, and let me see where it's at, how far it is. Either way, I didn't get any feelings that Sugar Bear was being untruthful. Y'all, it's at 7%. Y'all, it's at 7%. And it has been downloading since. Okay, I'm taking it off Wi-Fi. I don't know what else to do. Maybe once I go in the house and get close to the Wi-Fi, I don't know. So it probably won't be up until in the morning. I apologize. My son had crazy anxiety attack. He even had a gas and still didn't call. Oh my god, I have a son like that. I have a son that is really weird about the dentist. Dakota is. I mean, even a cleaning, like nothing serious, like a cleaning, he freaks out. It's really difficult. Which is so crazy because the first time he went, he took it like a champ. But then after that, he become like crazy about it. Bobby's kind of crazy about it too. Bobby's autistic, so like the sounds and the feelings of things in his mouth stresses him out. So I have literally, and then I still need to edit my second Teemu haul. I need to record my third Teemu haul before I can let people use it. And like Kennedy wanted some egg. Okay, Kennedy's birthday is coming up, and she wants to do an Easter egg hunt for her birthday. So I'm gonna let my baby do an Easter egg hunt for her birthday. So I ordered some Easter eggs, and she wants to play with them already. So I'll probably have to buy some more. But I wanted to keep everything until I did the order. One thing that I'm excited about is I got this. It is a sculpting machine. A body sculpting machine. Honestly, after I get off this live, once the thing pops up, I might just go to bed. I take Ativan 1 hour before going and I get gas. What is Ativan? I feel like I've heard that before. But so there's places where you can go and pay $175 and they do body sculpting. And after like the third or fourth time get it done, you look like you've been to the gym for 6 months, right? So this is what that is supposed to be because I don't have time to go to the gym, even though it's right across the street. I don't. Literally right across the street and I don't have time. John's like, you should go to the gym with me sometime. I'm like, when? I'm always working. Always. Or hanging out with the kids or resting, like I don't have time. But I can show y'all some. Before and after. Jennifer, who the hell cares? I love that name. Yes, email me. Email me for sure. Good night, Sherry. So this is the body sculpting like results. Okay. So you can literally okay, hold on. It's not popping up the exact picture. Hold on. Oh, it did. Okay, sorry. No, it didn't. Where is it? Why is it not popping up the exact picture? Oh, I don't need to put them tatas on there. Okay, good thing it's not picking up what I'm looking at. Got tatas and booties and all of it. Okay, so literally there's like it's called the hair bar. They do nails, they do all kind of stuff. And they do body sculpting. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Girl, don't apologize for trying to put off. We see you all working to put off to give us all the tea, girl. We know to come and get you tea, Miss Elby. Oh, thank you. I love that. This body sculpting situation, you can go to the place and get it done. And this is, after like a couple of times, this is allegedly what it can do. Now, obviously, I ordered one from Teemu, and I doubt it's going to be like in the clinics, but I'm curious. Because allegedly after like 3 times, that can be your result. So I don't know. Yeah, I cannot believe it's like only at 7%. Should I cancel it and retry? Okay, let's restart that. But anyways, he was nice. I've decided to sculpt my body to melting ice cream. How do you give memberships? I don't know how you do that, but I've seen people do it. Wait, did somebody give memberships? Oh, Pete, who did that? Thank you so much. Peach, Lori Beth, Melaine, Shayna, and Stephanie all got a membership. Thank you so much, Peach. Welcome to the family, you guys. Also, you guys, I took a break yesterday from editing to work on the Bash Chat because I was like, you know what? I need a break again. And I was going to set up the membership for the Bash Chat because I've been asked to do that a lot. And I was going to do that. But one thing I realized is before I can set up memberships, I have to have the little logos. So I have to design those. and I have to have like a name. I want to name the Bash Chat something different because it's a true crime channel, and I want the name to kind of reflect that. So I'm like, I need to change the name, and I need to make my little logos, and then I got to come up with the perks. So even though I started doing that yesterday, I didn't get very far. But here's what some ideas that I've come up with. You guys tell me what you like. So for the Bash Chat, the channel name, here's some of my possibilities. You guys tell me what you like. Shadow Secrets, Unmasked Truth. I'll write that one down, Kelly. Deadly Discoveries, Deadly Discussions, Dangerous Deceptions. I'll write down True Crime Talks. Fatal Facts. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Turn it around. The Fatal Files, Killer Consequences, The Killer Truth, Dissecting Deception, Deadly Deception, A Closer Look, Only Crime, Uncovering Deadly Deceptions. So that's what I have. I know, too many options now. I know. I need to make like a whole list and like put it up somewhere and get you guys to let me know. So those are some of the ideas that I thought about. Fatal Facts is good. Chat. You should ask Chat GPT. Deadly Discoveries. Hey, babe.
How's it going?
It's a going.
Hungry? Thirsty?
No, but I still got my Sprite. I haven't really eaten or drinking that much. I just understood that.
What? Just asking if you want some bologna.
I know, Loretta Lynn. Fatal Facts. Daily Disc. Need a poll. I know. I think there's a way you can do a poll in here. I just don't remember how. Fatal Flags. Killer
You need a
Truth.
poll.
Yeah, like to like. Do you want this one, this one, this one, or this one?
Yeah. I thought you were talking about like a stripper poll.
No way, Jose.
Could get you one.
You would not catch me on one. No way, Jose. What else did I get in here? I want to tell y'all got to go watch my Oh, Heather says only reason I don't want to meet her at this point is because he has a. I agree with that, Heather. I think that's a good idea, honestly.
Can I sit in here with you for a minute?
For sure. Tell me some earrings. Y'all know I'm a hoops girl. I got a doggy scrub.
Did you ever get batteries?
No, I need batteries because the thing that I'm most interested in. Okay, so are we like at Deadly Discoveries? Y'all think Deadly Discoveries for the win?
You want me to hold?
True crime is impossible to make money on. Wouldn't have been any good for us unless the relationship was repaired. Would have been compared to a Jennifer. Heather, you seem like a smart woman, honestly. See, that's what I think too, Jennifer. Like a part of me is like, I feel like my name needs to kind of be in there somewhere. And I'm like, Fatal Facts with Elle. I don't know. Deadly Discoveries with Elle. Fatal Facts with Elle. Elle's Fatal Facts. Elle's Deadly Discoveries. Unreasonable Doubt with LB. Oh, that was another one. Unreasonable Doubt with LB. Unreasonable Doubt with LB. I like that one too. Listen, the first like true crime type of situation I even did put me in the drama just because I did it. It was wild. I got called a fraudster for so long, all because I covered a story with another creator. I had no idea. Elle's evil evaluation. Thank you, Big Sexy. Thank you so much. I love Unreasonable Doubt with Elle Bee. That's Unreasonable Doubt with Elle Bee. I need it. Yeah, I like that too. Um, oh my goodness, app! Hey, I like Sugar Bear. My relationship with side chairs. That's one thing I never understand is not having a bond with them. I completely understand that, Heather, 1,000%. Because let me tell you, I have 6 children. 2 of them are older and not by my husband, right? And their dad is not like in the picture that much. And I don't understand it. I just don't, I just don't get it. But people are different. People are different. Circumstances are different. I can say I was one of those moms that always pushed for them to have a relationship. I pushed for them to have a relationship, and I would facilitate everything. Like, hey, we're having a party. It'll be here. Come here. You don't need to bring anything. Just come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always inviting him to everything.
Bro, you bought groceries
For his house. I bought groceries for his house.
When he wasn't paying any child support, he lived 2 hours away. You brought groceries for his house and then drove 2 hours up there to drop them off and the groceries.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that.
Which I did not care for.
Deep dive into true crime with Elle. That's a good one too.
I brought this.
Deep dive. Oh yeah, I was wondering why you had that. All right, deep dive into the darkness with Elle Bee. Y'all, Queen Bee crime. I can't do Queen Bee. There's already a Queen Bee.
I feel like you're happy. You're not as happy when you're covering like a lot of true crime anyway.
Yeah, it takes you into a place, man.
Like, I feel like it's way more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the stories take a lot more research. It's like days of research
for one video, like 4 days of research. Like,
so you're like 4 days. You're like stuck in this story about some little child that was, or whatever, and it's just terrible. So I know you like true crime, and I know you used to always watch like, what was the name of that show? The ID channel. Mm-hmm. Some crap. You used to watch all kind of like true crime stuff, so it's kind of always been your thing. But I don't really know if I want you doing a lot of true crime.
So I'm gonna keep it like how I did the video about the woman that tried to kill her husband, and then she did kill him. She tried like 3 times. It's not, most of my videos are not gonna be like big like docu series or documentary type videos. It's gonna be like, like the info and what happened. It's, I don't know. I really like Tinder lifestyle. I love that, but I really have to make sure I focus on like what brings money into my family, and that is reality TV. And honestly, reality TV makes more money, and it keeps me like, when I focus too much on true crime, it puts you in a dark spot.
Reality TV and like,
but I do have a passion for it, but it does put you in a dark spot if you focus on it too long.
Reality TV has always been your thing too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're not being true to yourself by sticking more to reality TV. You've always liked.
Yeah, that's where I started, man. Pretty much. And we're not gonna go in. We're not gonna go all the way back to where I was like doing makeup reviews. That's way too far back. Reality TV is really like where I started. Drama and gossip sales. That's true.
It's like every girl out there. They start off doing makeup and then move to something else.
Pretty much. That's why when Pumpkin said, she commented on my TikTok to mind the business that pays you, and I'm like, this is what pays me. Girl, talking about reality TV and D-list celebrities is what it is what pays me. So I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna continue to cover what pays me. Or mind the business that pays me, whatever. However you say it. Do the housewives?
Pumpkin, that onesie that she wore, she should have wore an orange one.
Because she's a pumpkin.
Yeah, she would have looked like a pumpkin.
Because her name Pumpkin. All right, so the thing that I'm like most interested in is this thing. This is a safety guard. So do you lower it?
Yeah, I wouldn't put your finger in there.
Is it getting warm?
I think it does some kind of like electrical connection.
Yeah, Big Sexy says, I remember you when you were sitting in front of your TV. I know, right?
Dude, we've had so many different setups. I've built
So
so
many
many different things.
Shauna's built so much. Like, we had a projector behind me at one time. We had a big old desk that he like.
Dude, I built like a light thing where a light would come down and shine on her. And then like I built that other thing that was like a platform that held the projector, but then I built that thing that held your phone and light, and then I built the other thing that had the outlets on it that you were using.
So much.
Like I put it like when you're talking about like quitting YouTube, every time you talk about it, I'm like, oh my god, dude, I put in so much freaking work trying to. Is it working?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see it. You ain't doing it right.
Your backdrop, I thought was real forever. I know. People was like, oh my God, that's such a cute room. And then I was like, y'all, let me show y'all something. The way that I told everybody that the backdrop was a backdrop was I attempted to sit in the chair that was behind me. I'm like, y'all look at this. Y'all look at this. I'm like, it's fake. Can't see here.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of different backdrops. I mean, it's been like a lot of different things, right?
So anytime you've seen me sitting in front of a shower curtain, sorry, babe, I was in my bathroom.
We tried so many different things. Like the projector, I really wanted the projector to work. I thought that was going to be a good idea.
It was too hard for me to navigate, though.
Yeah, it was. If we would have had a better projector, it would have been.
What? No way.
Well, 4 right there. But it does work.
So I started out filming in my bathroom closet. That's where I started out, filming in a bathroom closet.
Yeah. Remember we pulled that vanity in there?
Mm-hmm. I put a little vanity in there. Yeah. It works. This is what I was the most excited about, other than the body sculpting thing.
All right, let's try your fingernail.
My fingernail?
Try your fingernail. I'm gonna do mine real quick.
No, don't.
Let's see what it does.
No, babe, it burns. I'm sure it burns. Like, what else can we do? What? Here. Let me see.
Let's do this. This is thick, so let's see if it'll do this.
So, anyways, a little chair with them white fake bricks. Exactly. When I started watching you, you were in a small room with tapestry behind you. Is that how you say it? Tapestry behind you. It was kind of dark in the place.
Was she talking about our living room? Like maybe she thought it was a small room because
the wall
was right behind me.
No, it was a fake room. It was like it had that where it looked like I was like living in like New York City, and there was like.
No, that was a big room, dude. That was you're talking about.
That might be the first one she's talking about. Peach. You're so funny.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Does it? Ah! Look at that. Okay, look. So you run it through it and then take off the excess, and it closes it right up. I got this little thing for like 98 cents or something stupid. Literally, something stupid, you know?
Really, all it is plastic and wires and batteries.
Plastic got stuck on it.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen.
Who's with the pup?
Bobby.
Okay. So we're gonna go eat tomorrow with Paris and Josh. Or do you just want me to go?
I don't know.
Maybe your mom will watch the kids.
Maybe.
All right, let me see that for a second. So our daughter has a new boyfriend that we're gonna meet.
I know she probably gonna be mad.
So you don't go?
They'll let Kaden get a dog.
She seemed fine with it. She didn't say nothing to me when me and her talked about it. But
I have reasons why.
Because she won't take care of one?
Yeah, because she won't take care of one. And I didn't want to be stuck.
Criminal intentions with Elle. Criminal intentions with Elle. I like that. It smells. So, when will it not be hot? Do I gotta take the battery out for it not to be hot?
No, it's fine. Put the
Is it-
guard on it. All right, you're fine now.
Okay.
Not like it's gonna start a forest fire or anything.
I know. So, I called Adam. It was his advice. Can't take credit. Crime and conspiracy with Elle.
Did you get your video uploaded?
Maybe it was at 7% when I checked it. Like
We need
seriously,
to redo the computer because
it's still at 7%.
no, that's not 7%. No way.
Crime and conspiracy.
It is at 7%. Let me connect it to the Wi-Fi and then put it over by the door. You want to try that?
Yeah. Kind of looked like a closet you were in. Probably was because I filmed in my son's room in several different angles of his room. I filmed in my living room with the backdrop behind me. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
Is it because I'm live right now on the computer? Maybe.
No, dude, what happened to our internet? It like was reaching out really far, and now all of a sudden it barely reaches out here. That's crazy.
Yeah. Elle the informant. Elle the informant.
So irritating.
Be informed. What?
Who?
Be informed.
Hold up. Got full service over here. How'd that happen? All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, thank you, Jessica.
Make me have a face.
Huh? So, yeah, we can't have anything like murder or anything in the title because I'll probably get like limited ads on every single video that I do. But I literally, so somebody told me that there is an Elle Bee in Pumpkin's like chat that's left comments on some of her stuff, and it goes in her chat. That is not me. That is not me. I never comment and on any of her stuff or in her chat. At times I want to because I want to be like, well, that person didn't say anything, or dang, that was rude. Why did you do that? But I don't say anything. I just mind my business over there. But somebody did send me a screenshot of where there is somebody under the name Elle Bee. Be True Crime. Leaving comments, and one of them was like cursing. It was like, strap your kids in the effing car seat. Like, that is a giveaway that you know it's not me. If somebody's cursing in the comments under my name, you already know it's not me. Right, that's true. I also don't want to pigeonhole myself into only stories about murder. Exactly.
All right.
Ah, no way, Kelly. Wow, that's crazy. Wonder who that is.
How do you access apps on this phone?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you access apps that were pulled up?
Let me see.
Because now it's like it's gone.
What is gone?
The app.
What app?
YouTube. It was uploaded.
There. You just hit YouTube.
Oh.
It's 7%. Crime Talk. Oh, is that Mal's Crime Talk with Mal? Kelly, I'm gonna text you. Never mind, I can't. Does it start with an M?
Wait, what just happened?
I don't know what just happened.
Never mind.
So I hear you. I wanted to run a hotel room. Maybe that's why they're mad at you. I've seen one where they said she was dangerous. Yeah, first off, like, I'm not dangerous. It's crazy. Like, starts with an A.
Who said you're dangerous?
Like Pumpkin and in there people.
Said you're dangerous.
I wouldn't hurt a fly. What are they talking about? What are they talking about?
You're dangerous.
I don't know.
You ain't very dangerous.
I don't don't know, but maybe it's the comments that they're reading from that person, and they think it's not me. I wouldn't do that. That's not how I work. Like, I'm just gonna cover what I want to cover. And let me tell you guys, there's so much more that I could cover when it comes to like their family, but I'm keeping it kind of to a minimum. Like, Sugar Bear reached out to me on Sunday and was like, "Hey, I'm willing to do that interview whenever you want to." I was like, "Okay." I did. They do like it. I had talked to him previously. Where's my phone at?
It's over there.
I'm gonna text you in a second, Kelly.
Need it?
No, I'll do it whenever we get off. But there's literally, I mean, things from like, you know, copyright and stuff like that. If I wanted to like deep dive into that, how she's taking stuff off Teemu, I'm kind of keeping it like limited to what I cover because I'm not trying to like nitpick really. But there's some things, the things that I've covered, I really felt like were warranted. Like, um, okay, Kelly, like I covered, you know,
Yelling at the kids.
yelling at the kids. And this is what I'm not going to stand for. If when somebody says, "Oh my God, they got a lot of kids, they're probably just stressed out. That's normal." I got 6 kids, and you know what? I have canceled streams before because my kids it'd be too much, or because I'm overwhelmed. Like I've had to cancel them
Or when
before,
I've been overwhelmed.
or when Sean's been overwhelmed.
You come
Exactly.
inside at different times. Like if I'm like overwhelmed and I'm having a bad day and I'm stressed out, he comes inside.
I'll stop what I'm doing and I go inside. Here's the thing. I mean, at that time, and Alana said on the stream the other night, Alana was doing a stream with Anna, and Alana had Bentley, holding Bentley. And Anna, it was like 11:30 at night, and Anna was even like, "Put him to bed." And she was like, um, something about, well, no, because he usually don't go to sleep until late. So I thought the other night when they were having that issue with Bentley was he was just having a rough night. But it seems like Bentley stays up late every night, probably. As parents, we have to be proactive. Like, we could just be lazy and whatever and really cause problems for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be proactive into making things work better for your household. So if you know, hey, every night I want to do a TikTok stream. Well, first off, you don't need to do it in your bedroom because you have children that sleep in your bedroom. And you cannot expect your babies to go to sleep when you're on a live talking like this and there's a big ring light on and you're playing music in the background. Cussing people out. Like, so I literally there's people that's like, I'm like, dude, I got 6 kids, okay? And you are not gonna catch me on a live talking to them like that at all. Because if I feel myself getting overwhelmed, first off, I do things away from my kids. This is my job. This is my business. This is what helps pay the bills. Okay. So my kids don't need to be in here because kids are too like, mom, 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 mom. So if are crying, So if you have a business, while kids coming in and out every once in a while can be cute and your fans love it and will welcome it, for them to be there all the time in the background, that's a little too much. And it's your business. You have to take your business seriously. So I think she needs to be proactive in finding her somewhere else to do it at, or if she's going to do it late at night in her room, they need to go to sleep somewhere else earlier, somewhere else. But you just have to be proactive because that whole situation was a disaster waiting to happen. There was no way that that kid was going to go to sleep fine with everything that was happening. Um, Yeah, Abby says, "Oh, I've seen you stop your kids from being on screen. They come first always. Business is business." Exactly. Exactly. If the twins have a bedtime, then so it should, evidently. Yeah. I wish people spoke to kids like they are deserving of respect from any other person. I know. Told me their house are set houses too, and it's not where they actually live. Yeah, like where they film that big old house. Yeah. What about June? Like, is her house a set houses too? Which I said they are.
It's really, they probably have set houses because honestly, the crew and everybody probably doesn't want to go in their real house. What do you think? Maybe the real house is too small to even film.
Mm.
I would have thought that would have been Mama Jane's real house there for a while.
No, the
That
one in
big
Georgia
one?
was. That big one was her real house. That was her real house. Yeah, they started doing production houses after June sold that house. From my understanding. So that I know the 2-story house in Georgia, that was June's real house. She really sold it for drugs. Josh and Pumpkin moved into like an apartment situation. Now that apartment situation, I think that was the real house because I think it started on that first brick house that they got when they moved because Mama June's drug dealers were coming to look for her when they moved. That apartment, I think, was their real apartment. But when they moved to that other house, the first brick house the 1-story brick house that Sugar Bear went and camped out in the backyard, which really didn't happen. Oh my gosh, I know, Jessica. I know, and I had to tap out. Like I couldn't do it. I had to tap out. I'm like, how long are you gonna stream for? How do you get back up in the morning after streaming until 1:30 in the morning? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So after that, I think is when they started doing set houses. No, they really do film in the production house. The house was the house the production rents. So that big 2-story house that we see, they're really in there filming. Production rents it out during the time, and I've been told that if they have to film late, they will stay the night. But if they're not filming late, if they're just like filming during the day, they'll just go over there, film, and then go back home. But if they're filming like kind of late or kind of early, they will actually stay there. Is what I was told. So but geez, what was I even saying? So the comments was like, girl, she's doing her dang thing. Like she's got a lot of kids. People get stressed out. Yeah, which is why you have to be proactive and try it. They should have got off. I have no doubt that Josh got more upset that Pumpkin was not getting off. He was struggling with Bentley. Bentley would not go to sleep. He was voicing his frustration, and Pumpkin's like, "Go to sleep."
Yeah, but they're getting frustrated.
Here's earrings, $10.99. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was getting more frustrated. Wouldn't you?
He's getting frustrated at the kid.
And her, I think.
He was taking it out on the
But
kid.
he was taking it. That's what I'm saying. I think he was getting frustrated at her, but was taking it out on the kid.
I would have been like, "Hey, you need to shut up and get off that live."
I know, right?
Because these kids ain't going to sleep anytime soon when you running your mouth over there.
Yeah, Sugar Bear and Jennifer's house was real. Yeah, I thought that it was real. But last night they got into it, and I've caught this a couple of times. So a couple of times I'm obsessed. I don't care. Sure, this is what I do for a living. So you got to be good at your job, which means you have to research. So she's going live all the time on TikTok and doing things like attacking her followers and potential customers and cursing and being nasty, nasty, nasty to people. If she wasn't doing those things, I would only be talking about her in reference to the show. Look, Mama June came on. This is what happened. Move on to the next story. Because she is doing all these things, yeah, I'm covering some of it. And like I said, there's so much other stuff that I could cover. But I don't because I'm not really trying to be petty. I'm just trying to bring awareness to what is happening. Like it was so funny.
You need your ass.
I think I'm okay. It was so funny because one of her mods, he did text Josh today to see if he can help him with seeing Alana. And I hope they will because when they signed the paperwork, when Josh sat down and met with Sugar Bear, they were asking something of him. They were like, "Will you please sign this paperwork? We need you to." And Sugar Bear was like, well, I don't want her to be out of my life though. Like Sugar Bear felt like it was the right thing to do though, because Sugar Bear knew he couldn't take care of Alana. Like, well, when him and Jennifer was together though, they did want Alana to move in with them. But when him and Jennifer broke up, he knew he couldn't take care of Alana. He was going to be working, gone all the time. So he was like, he felt like, that's where she wants to be. He did them a favor and he did what he thought was best for Alana by signing that paperwork. But they assured him that they would see to it that they remain having a relationship. You guys remember when Jennifer was like, he'll sign this, but she needs to come see her daddy every other weekend. We want to see her report card, make sure she's getting good grades, and we want to be involved. And they were like, okay, yeah. They were like all for it because he was going to do it. But now that he's done it, it's like, oh well, we don't need you to do anything for us, so we can keep her. So be gone,
Well,
But
I'm a little mixed about that.
how do you feel?
I agree with what you're saying, but like say me and you got a divorce, which ain't never gonna happen.
No.
Divorce.
I'm like Velcro.
You ain't divorced.
You're stuck with me.
I'm like that song. What was the name of that song? Two Bodies. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyways, what was I saying? Before I got off on it.
You don't agree like wholeheartedly with me, but
like say you took you had my kid,
Mhm.
and like you're not answering, they're not answering. I'm gonna drive to your house, and I'm gonna be like, hey, even if I just come over and play football with them, or just hang out with them at your house, which I'll probably end up staying the night if I hung out over here. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
I know. Are you talking about Jennifer or Pumpkin?
But I'm just saying, I would.
Yeah, you would come. Yeah,
I would come. I would be there.
but he was out of town a lot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like on the weekends that you're supposed to get your kid, say your kid doesn't come, your kid doesn't want to come. Like hey, they're not answering the phone. Nobody's answering. Well, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna knock on the door and be like, hey, I'm here to hang out. I'm not gonna make them come with me, but even if I just buy a pizza and bring a pizza over or something, anything, you know what I'm saying? Every weekend, just to be active in their life,
Mhm.
regardless of whether they want it or right then or not. You know what I'm saying? So I think there could be a more effort. Is all I'm saying.
I do agree with that. There could be more than a text, right over. Sure, absolutely, I agree with that.
But I'm sure after years,
But they like bash him too, and they're
Yeah.
like, "F him, we don't need him,"
after years of it, I'm sure it does get to a point. where
Which
it's
he
just
told
like,
me, he said when him and June, which they were never married, which I said that in my video, I said they were married, but that's because they had a wedding. So, he said when we split up, I came up like every other weekend. Rented. He said at first when he came up, he stayed at the house. This was right after him and June split up. He came up like every other weekend, stayed at the house, spent the whole weekend with the family basically. Then he got with Jennifer. So he started staying in a hotel. I told Mike that if it wasn't for their daughter. Exactly. That's true, Heather. Exactly. Then he started staying in a hotel to go, and he said when they started dating, he would get a hotel, and he said that's when it changed with June. It was like he would go and say, "Hey, got a hotel in Atlanta. Can I get her? Can I see her? Can I get her? Oh, she's got a birthday tomorrow. She's got to go to. Okay, what about Sunday? We'll see." Then Sunday rolls around, and June wouldn't respond at all. So he said several weekends of going up and paying for a hotel and not getting to see her because June wouldn't respond or she had something else to do. He said then one time they went and sat at a Dairy Queen for 7 hours because he was supposed to going to be able to get Alana, and then June never would respond. So him and Jennifer went home.
It's definitely possible that he's been burned so many times, like when he tried to reach out to him. But at this stage, in the age that she's at, like he could just show up over there and bring.
That's
pizza or
my
something.
suggestion as well because I did tell him show up.
Just show up.
I did.
Bring pizza. Bring her a gift or something. Show up. Hang out with her right there. See what she's doing, what she's into. Kick it with her for like an hour or two, and then go back. And just not to where you're like bugging them, but just hanging out.
I feel like Sugar Bear gets down on himself quick.
I do too. I think he gets, and I like him, but and I'm not saying this is the case, but we both know how a parent who is not very active in their kid's life can make it sound
Oh God.
to everybody else.
Because we have one of those.
Yeah, like to every, he's gonna make it sound like it's every,
We have one that shows up at like graduation, takes the picture, puts it on his Facebook, shows up at the birthday, takes the picture, puts it on his Facebook.
Talks about, tells other people, that, she's just out for money, and it has done all kind of stuff like that over the years, making it out like it's your fault that he don't get to see the kids, and you're just out for money, like
which is crazy.
Which is what money?
Exactly.
I never got any money.
Never got any.
I mean, what?
And I don't even push for money with him, so
No, there you go.
I literally don't even. I was like, I'm one of those people that like, if you're gonna say no, I'm like, I don't need you anyways. Literally for years, their dad has been able to pop in whenever he wants to and not pay for nothing, which a lot of people don't understand it. Sean doesn't understand it,
No,
but I'm like, at the end of the day, I always ask my kids, since my kids have been old enough to really have their opinion, I've asked them, all right, your birthday's this weekend. Do you want to invite your dad to your party? And if they say yeah, we invite him. It doesn't matter that he hasn't paid child support in 11 years. It doesn't matter that he's not going to help with the party. If they say yes, he gets invited. If they say no, he does not, which honestly, they've never really said no. So he's always been about it.
I don't think it should be about child support, but I'm like, if we're having a birthday party 2 weeks from now and he doesn't know about it, well, then something's wrong. He ain't talking to his kid. Like, if he wants to know about what's going on, I just ain't all about reaching out of the blue and telling him, hey, we got such and such going on. Like, I feel like if he wants to be active, if a parent wants to be active in their kid's life, they'll know when they're going to have a birthday party. They'll be talking to them. They'll text them. They'll call them. They'll be talking to them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
like Paris' Sweet 16. We gave her like a pretty big Sweet 16. We rented a place. It was like, music, decorated it to the freaking, it was big, He was invited. He did not put a dime towards it, but what did he say when he walked in?
I don't know. He popped off several things that kind of like pissed me off. I don't remember.
About like how much money we must have spent on it. And it's like, it's her Sweet 16. One time, like we bought a four-wheeler a while back, and like Caden had baseball practice, and we lived close to the field. This was like the first and only time that he showed up at his son's ball practice. So I was there with Caden at ball practice, and then Sean shows up a little while later on the four-wheeler. And he was like, oh, y'all got a four-wheeler? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, must be nice. And it's like,
yeah.
Because at that time, I had just like taken him through the state for child support. So he basically kind of looked at it like, why do you need child support from me if you can afford a four-wheeler? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I bought a four-wheeler for my family, which has very nothing to do with whether he.
It doesn't negate it does not negate his obligation to help take care of his kids.
If I buy a four-wheeler for my family, it has absolutely nothing. If I buy a yacht for y'all, it has nothing to do with you and him, like him paying child support to you for his kid.
Yeah. Right? Hey, Dad, hi, guy. Which is so crazy because I have literally bought groceries for his house for my kids to go because they want to go, and he said, "Well, I don't have food." And I'm like, "Well, they want to go if I buy groceries. Is that okay?" Yeah, that's fine. They wanted to go, and him like, "Well, I don't have gas to get down there." So I give him gas. Or like, I've even bought diapers for his other kid that is their sibling. Years ago, like they were in a bind and they didn't have the money for milk and diapers. So I ran to the store and got milk and diapers for Paris and Kate's little brother. I've never really requested much from him. And now I don't request anything from him. Just show up if you're invited so you don't let my kid down.
What's really irritating, which that you're lucky if you know that, but what's really irritating is literally like now you work and you pay for
A lot of
and
it.
a lot. I still
You still have your income.
still have my income, but you pay for a lot of stuff now. But for years, it was me working, bringing like making the money, right? So it was irritating to feel like I was working and paying for a lot of these things, and he got to show up for it, but I didn't because I was like here with the other kids, and that's all he would show up for, right? So I was working to pay for all these things that I didn't even get to partake in, like a lot of Paris's dances, like the pictures. Y'all would take pictures like somewhere. He was always there. Well, I was
Well,
never
not
there.
always. He was not always there,
Well, no,
but he was there. Rest assured, he was going to take a picture.
Yeah, not always, but what, 3 years, 4 years? And I remember feeling like it's kind of crappy that like I work to pay for this, and I'm like here with the kids, and he doesn't help out at all, but he gets to show up and be in the pictures, and like it's kind of petty or whatever, but I am petty.
Sean's petty. He'll tell you
I
quick.
don't ever claim not to be petty. It's just irritating.
But I don't even understand how this family is still on TV. I really thought after the Draylen arrest and the way they popped off on TikTok, I was like, oh, they're about to get fired. They're about to lose their job. Like the fact that WeTV has kept them on, which I mean, I guess it's WeTV, it's not TLC. It's shocking because TLC booted them when Mama June was seen with Mark McDaniel, but they can like run from the cops, and according to them, though, he did not run from the cops. He just couldn't find a place to pull over.
21% over here, buddy.
Okay.
Going pretty fast.
He just couldn't find a place to pull over, and which it's so crazy because they contradict themselves. At first it was like, well, if you know them roads in Georgia, there was no place for him to pull over. 3 miles. He went 3 miles and didn't have a place to pull over. But then she said, Pumpkin said that Draylen was trying to get Alana to her. So I'm like, oh, she was trying to make it home. So was it that there was no place to pull over, or he was trying to make it to get? And she said, so there wouldn't be nothing like this. So he was hoping that he could get Alana home and then deal with it. Funny thing is, their agent promotes Lamar more now than them. I'm sure Gina is not liking what has happened. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what does Gina even think about this? Like, what does she think about this? Because I will say, like, I looked at their ratings for the season premiere, and it's like 500,000 viewers, which is not a lot for a season premiere, especially for like a Mama June show, because I mean, a season premiere, right? Like, Teen Mom has been like, people have been expecting Teen Mom to be canceled for years because, and I remember the first time when it came out, their views were in the 600,000s, and they're like, oh, their views are in the 600,000s. They're probably going to be canceled, and they continue to go down, and I really think they're about to be canceled now. But the premiere was 500,000 viewers, and I've seen people comment on their stuff saying like, oh, I saw the way they acted on TikTok. I'm not going to watch them anymore. And it's not even really on account of me. It's like, yeah, I'm showing what they're doing, but they're doing it on their own pages. Yeah, and they're kind of terrible actors. Yeah, and they're terrible actors and kind of worn out, in my opinion. One thing that I did notice, because I had to go back and watch several clips when I was looking for clips to add to my video, is Gina's a real sweet person and giving. Is she? I would love to talk to her and see what she thinks about their behavior. One thing that I noticed is like all the times that Jennifer was like getting on the mic on the show, she was like smiling almost. And that's how I knew it was like pretty much fake. Or like Alana, you can tell Josh is probably the only good actor on there. And Sugar Bear, he did pretty good. I'd be curious to see with all the negative stuff if ratings have dropped. Well, the premiere only got 500,000 viewers, which that's not very much. I mean, Love After Lockup, their premiere is like over 1 million viewers. but they had. So Jennifer would always be smiling when she would like be getting on a mic, and I'm like, you can tell it's fake. Alana kind of overdoes it, like when the show like came on the other day. I don't know, she was like in a room, and Pumpkin's like, Alana, and she's like, what? It's like very like you could tell she's like attempting to act. So yeah, you could tell it's not real, but I think Josh is probably the only one that seems like he's like really going through his day to day life, and I really like Josh a lot. Like I liked all of them a lot. Like I was a huge fan, literally. Let me see. I just typed it in. And there is one. Let me see. But people saying, okay, one of her moderators said the other night, because now, they're going to sue me, which I just got out of a lawsuit not too long ago that I was in for like 2 years. And, I won. I settled. I got a settlement from the police department and the sheriff's department. Now, by no means is my lawyer a defamation lawyer, but I got her number on speed dial. And let me tell you, from talking to her and from Katie Joy, without crystal ball, the things that she has said maliciously that were outright not true, and can't nobody succeed in a lawsuit against her. You're not gonna. No professional lawyer is gonna tell you that what I'm doing is worthy of a lawsuit for defamation. It's not. You have to prove that I said it maliciously, which I've not said anything maliciously against this family. I have video upon video upon video proving that I was a fan of this family and talked and spoke highly of them on multiple occasions. So I'm not just all of a sudden going to flip flop and say I don't like them anymore. No, it was their own behavior that led me to not being a fan. So that's what they're going to sue me. And when somebody said you can't sue her because she's using things from the show and things from your own TikTok and just putting it on her channel and giving her opinion, so you cannot sue her for using your own stuff. Pumpkin's response was, "Oh, well, you better ask a professional lawyer because I have." Well, so have I. And I have been doing this for 4 years, and I know of other creators that people attempted to sue, and it didn't work out too well because we're, media, like kind of whatever you want to say. It's very hard to do that. Okay. Nothing that I've said has ever been like maliciously. You also have to prove that I personally caused you a loss of income, and I have not. Nothing that I've done has caused you a loss of income. Now, maybe something you did that maybe was shown on my channel, people decided to stop watching or whatever. Yeah, longer than 4 years. So, yeah, you have to prove that I said something that was false. You have to prove that I said it with malicious intent. You have to prove that it damaged your business in some way. Yeah, I don't comment on their videos at all. There is an Elle Bee commenting, but it's not me. It's not me. That's not me. I would not do that. So they can take screenshots of whatever that fake Elle Bee is saying and take that, but they would have to prove that was me, and I could prove that it's not all day. Yeah, any lawyer that tells her she has a case only wants her money, 100%. No one with brains would tell her that it's worthy of a lawsuit. I know. But somebody else said when they brought up like a lawsuit, somebody else said, what could you even sue her for? And her moderator said for saying her full name without her permission. And I'm like, what? You mean to tell me there's somebody out there that thinks that you can be sued for saying somebody's full name without their permission? That's not a dox because you're on TV. A celebrity. Did anyone notice that she said she had CPS on speed dial? Sounded like she had a caseworker. She must have been investigated at some point. It sounds like that. So here's what I think about that. When they went through the process of getting custody of Alana, that might have included like working with some sort of caseworker. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just giving my opinions on that. But what I can say is Sean's mom, she has a degree in child psychology, and she was a CPS worker for over 10 years. And guess what states? Georgia and Texas. Okay. So what's mind blowing as well is when, like, on my video on TikTok of, the baby's not in their car seat, right? And I went and I watched it again. And I actually found another TikToker who had a better video of the twins in their car seats. And you know what I also noticed, you guys, is you know how you're supposed to pull the seatbelt around the car seat and run it through the little indents on the side and strap it? They weren't. So them babies were only just set in the car. That is it. They were not strapped down. And let me see if I can find that TikTok. Because I was like, hold up, not only are they put in wrong, but they're not even strapped in with the car seat. I mean, with the seat, the car seat belt. Like, holy crap! And I also noticed in that same video, if you slow it down like a lot, the one that was in the middle, there was a moment where the car seat moved. It rocked just a little bit. Like, what? Sean's mom is a smart woman and knows herself. Yes, she is very smart. She does homeschool for my daughter now, but she has a degree in child psychology. So when people's like, oh my God, and what I don't like is whataboutism. Ain't that what it's called? Whataboutism. When people say, oh my God, we grew up, we weren't in car seats. We rode on the back glass of my granny's car and we made it. That's whataboutism. Because while you might have made it, it doesn't mean that it's safe. Okay, babe. It doesn't mean that it's okay. So say some Joe Schmo went to the bar every evening after he got off work. 5 o'clock, he went to the bar and he drank till 10:30. And he was drunker than Cooter Brown by the time he left. By the time he got in that truck and drove the 5 to 8 miles home, well, let's just say it was 8 miles. He drove 8 miles home every night. And he never got in a wreck and he never died. He actually died from liver disease. Okay. But guess what? Does that mean you're gonna let your teenager drive drunk every daggum day for the rest of their life because our neighbor drove drunk every day? No, it's no. Yeah, guess what? Back in the day, a lot of things were different. And because I remember riding to town on my granny's back glass. My granny, literally, we would take turns, rode up on a back glass, watching traffic. You know what I'm saying? Things were different. Like, yeah, we did. I remember one time we got pulled over and I was not in a car seat. And my mama got a ticket, Actually, it was my granny got a ticket. We were going to tell my granny, and my mama was passenger side, and I was sitting in the middle of the front. No car seat. She got a ticket. Nowadays, like, that ticket is expensive and you might get investigated by CPS depending on the situation. But what I noticed is a lot of people say, people like, oh, back in the day we did X, Y, Z and we made it. That's great. And that is by the grace of God that you did. It doesn't mean we're not gonna take precautions and follow the law to see to it that we don't keep our kids safe just because, your mom didn't keep you safe. Listen, my granny let me ride on the back glass. What were you thinking? What were you thinking, Granny? You know what I'm saying? But I don't let my kids ride on the back glass. You know? Yeah, it took forever before I put my son forward facing. I just now started allowing him to sit in the front seat. Right, exactly. And Heather, you probably grew up not riding in a car seat, right? I mean, it doesn't mean, I don't like that type of argument because it's like, thankfully you made it. Because guess what? First off, the car seats are made to be facing this way because the back can take the impact better. The car seats are made for them to be able to take an impact. But if they're this way, well, the back is up against the seat and there's nothing to take that impact except guess what? Guess what's going to take the impact of a wreck if your baby is facing forward? Their face. That's what's going to take the impact of a wreck. If you were hit head on and your baby is facing forward, internal decapitation, is what is like mostly known for, like babies riding in car seats facing the wrong way. That is what usually will happen if they're not like mangled. You know what I'm saying? Like riding short beds on the interstate. Okay, see Heather, but we do better with our kids. Like as times have changed, there's more awareness because social media is out there. We're hearing more and more and more about these stories of what can happen. Because when I was younger, I never knew that it was dangerous. And I'm sure my granny kind of knew a little bit, but not as much as we know now, you know? I know, right? That argument is irrelevant. We used to not have traffic lights either. Should we ignore them? I know. So that the back of that car seat is made to take a lot of the impact. Okay, if you face a child forward, the impact now is gonna hit the car seat and the baby, and your baby's gonna go flying forward. Now, here's the thing: if you don't even have that baby strapped with the seatbelt in the car, you can you can go ahead and plan the funeral now. And let me find it. Have you ever seen the swivel seats? It's like 10 times safer than a baby seat. I had it for my kids. I would never ever risk not having my kids pregnant as I can. The world's dangerous enough. Not hating, just wondering because not even buckled in is a whole new thing. Mine were rear facing until recently. I just had a base that made it so it looked weird. People drive crazy and anything you can do to protect your kids should be done. Exactly. And what's so crazy is when people's telling her, like, but it's dangerous. But they're fine. Well, now, yeah, kids are, you know what? Kids are always fine until they're not. And then you're going to wish you would have did better. Like, nurses used to be able to smoke in hospitals. Times have changed. Thank you, Kelly, who is a nurse, and Kelly. So I actually took this poll on my Facebook the other day because I actually have a lot of people on my Facebook that are in the medical field. Kelly, being one of my great friends, she's in the medical field, she's a nurse. But I asked on my page the other day, I said, could a doctor write you an excuse to allow you to face your 4-month child front facing if they have some sort of medical condition? Because that's what Pumpkin ended up saying. Like, they don't know if my baby ain't got a medical condition where they choke a lot. I know, Kelly, I should have thought about texting you. Like, she basically said, from my understanding, that her babies choke a lot. So she got a doctor's excuse to face them forward so she can see them if they choke. Everybody that I talk to, nurse practitioners, nurses, like people in the medical field, said no doctor would do that because there's a better way than to put your child in that much danger. There's the mirrors that you can put on the back of the seat. That all you just got to put them there and you can see your baby's face. You got to look in your rearview mirror, you can see your baby's face. There's camera mirrors now. And then somebody was like, well, I just thought it was like that for filming. Team Mom, hello, Team Mom, they can anchor the cameras on this way and look at them even if they are rear facing. If WeTV is like telling her to place them kids the wrong way so they can see them better, I would be like, heck no. Are you serious? Like, my kids have reflux problems too. Like, Kennedy has reflux so bad that they wanted to do surgery on her and like clip her freaking like something in her throat. I don't even know. Like, and that's a surgery that we put off and put off and put off. She's on medicine for it. But Kennedy she's got all kind of food allergies. She's got celiac disease. She's got reflux so bad. And no doctor ever wrote me a note for it. So she said her doctor's excuse her kids get choked. She can't get to them. I doubt all 4 kids have a medical issue. If you have one with medical issues, doesn't you give you a free pass? Exactly. Kennedy had literally. Kennedy still has acid reflux to this day. Bad. But no. Yeah, informing somebody is not mom shaming. That's not what it is. It's just, honestly, I thought maybe she wasn't aware. And once told, she would. But I mean, honestly, how often is Pumpkin in the car by herself with the twins? Ella, I feel like Ella's probably with her a lot. I mean, them babies walking around the house were just dilly dallying around with Pumpkin on alive. Josh or whatever, I mean, she don't seem too concerned then if they're, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's not, no doctor's going to do that. I literally have talked to like 5 people in the medical field, and they said if a doctor would write her an excuse for that, first off, the law's not going to abide by it because it's against the law, and there's other options that are safer. Now, she also commented saying that because somebody was like, "Oh, if you get pulled over, you're going to wish you would have had them turned." And you know, she said, "Been pulled over several times by state and county," which has me wondering. I can count on one hand how many times I've been pulled over since I got my license. 20 years. Yeah, I've had my license for like over 20 years. So Kelly, who is a nurse, said that doctor would face malpractice for that. Exactly. So the liability would be killing the doctor if he had that written on paper. Oh my God, exactly. So I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten pulled over. Her twins are about to be a year old. So why have you gotten pulled over several times by state and county cops? Like, do you speed? Are you running stop sign? Like, it makes me wonder, what are you doing to get pulled over so much? Like, I don't think she understands by trying to, in my opinion, I feel like she's lying to try to make it seem like it's okay. Did you, Sean? I think she's lying to be like, I don't really think she's been pulled over that much. Because let me tell you, you might get away with it once because that cop didn't catch on. Probably maybe his brain wasn't working correct that day. Maybe he was tired and he didn't catch on to, oh crap, them kids are facing forward. But you ain't gonna get pulled over several times by a state trooper and not get a ticket with them kids facing forward. And if you have gotten pulled over several times by state troopers and county cops, then I'm wondering, what the hell are you doing? She told me she's gonna protect me. Oh, like really, what are you doing to get pulled over so much? Because I've literally been pulled over like maybe like 5 times since I've had my license. So that makes me question either you're lying and it's really making yourself look even worse because you're basically tattling on yourself that you get pulled over way too much, or you're just lying. Now, with the doctor's note, I can almost say that's a lie as well, in my opinion. So, once again, I feel like she tries to come up with these things to make it seem like it's okay, but really it makes her look worse. My opinion. But it's so wild because honestly, most people are like me. They're like, no, there's no excuse for that. Now that you know, rather than like cursing people out, you should be like, thank y'all, I'll fix it. But no, instead, you're cursing people out and acting like you did nothing wrong. All right, let me see if I can find that one clip. This might be it. Didn't she specify the kid? Did she specify? Well, that's the thing is they said if you got pulled over with the kids facing forward like that, you would surely get a ticket. And she's like, no, been pulled over plenty times by state and county cops, and they've all said I'm good. So that's what she's basically saying is that she's got pulled over. They've been with, and I'm like, why are you getting pulled over so much? Okay, y'all look at this. Them kids, there's no seatbelt strap going over their car seat. So not only are they not facing the correct way, but they're not even strapped into the car. They're just in their car seat, sitting in the car. So if a Mack truck or any type of vehicle was to hit them head on, that girl in the middle, the baby in the middle, would come flying up. The baby behind her would come, the whole car seat would just fly up. That's what would happen. And I'm like, what? I don't think the bases will fit right in most cars if they're faced the wrong way. So like in my car, like now I have a Range Rover before I had a Yukon. So like bases have to go this way, right? Like facing that way, latched on, car seat facing that way. If you turn them the wrong way, there's a gap like this. So if you put that base in there the wrong way and put it on the base, it's going to rock even more because there's a gap on the bottom. Yeah, the base would not fit. So look at this though. So if you guys notice, there's no car seat strap going across that seat. Let's watch it.
No, they're not paying no attention to you.
I know.
No car seat strap. Look at that. No car seat strap going down there by Ella, in between her and Ella. And I don't see no car seat strap for Ella's either. Shouldn't Ella have a car seat strap too? Yeah, Ella should too. I mean, Kennedy has a car seat similar to that. The seat belt should be coming like down her chest like that and across her waist. So none of them have like.
They can hear me.
And this is not me hating on them. She just set them in there. She didn't anchor them in. There it is again, you know. And the buckle's supposed to be like even with your under armpit, like this. Have a good night, Malane. And everything's supposed to be like tight and even, you know, and it doesn't look like everything's like pulled, like adjusted correctly.
You were here.
Yay.
I'm so sorry for being late. Oh.
I wonder how late she was. I'm just curious.
Good morning.
I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing. You know, when you have so many kids, I get it. It can be difficult. It's stressing. You know, sometimes you want to take shortcuts, but there's some shortcuts you just can't take.
Ella, come on. Love you.
Later, Mom.
She said, later, Mom.
Wow. Too grown for mama, huh?
Hello?
Hey, you at home?
So now they're backwards, which tells me she must have went and seen Jessica later that day or something, and put them in right.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
I'm coming over. Okay.
Oh, here is. Let me check this. This person included a picture of what happens when a baby is facing forward. That red truck was hit flipped, and that is the car seat right here that's circled. That car seat flew slam out of the car. So I just don't understand why she's taking so much, like, why she's so.
Y'all are gonna go.
So you can definitely see, like, no car seat, no seatbelt to latch them down to the car.
to school and y'all are bigger.
No. So they're just sitting in there, unfortunately.
They're sleeping.
Which sucks because that was one of the things that I was really like, oh my God, like what? And I think that's what really irritated her with me was me, you know, talking about that or whatever. But, you know, I used to be a fan of them and now I just can't support like people when you tell them something that could save their child's life rather than cussing people out and tell them to mind their own daggone business. Why not be like, dang, I had no idea. Okay, thank you. Because guess what? People come in here all the time and tell me something. I'm like, oh, thank you. I didn't know that. I'm not like, oh my God, mind your own business. You know, like what? And then people call me obsessed and stuff. And it's like, dude, you're giving me this content. If you weren't doing all this crazy stuff, I'd just be covering the show. And I'd be fine with doing that. But you cannot do that and expect people not to say something. Yeah, it's just a matter of worrying about the babies. That's a good one. I hate the way they showed Ella's school. They claim they have a film house for safety, but shows her child's school. That's true. There was something else that I noticed, like they plaster Alana's school. Like it wouldn't take nothing to figure out where Alana goes to school. Like they have her like her mascot and her colors and everything, like posting pictures of that, you know. But, you know. Her and Josh got into it last night, because this is called the Sisters Closet. So she goes live on TikTok. I'm gonna tell this and then I gotta get off. And the part 3 will be up tomorrow because I'm probably not gonna worry about it tonight. It'll be up tomorrow, you guys. So it's called the Sisters Closet, and it's supposed to be Alana and Pumpkin selling this stuff, but technically Alana's not supposed to because you're not supposed to like be on TikTok selling stuff, from my understanding, unless you're 18. I don't even know if you can even be live on TikTok unless you're 18. Because I noticed people pointing that out the other day, and I noticed when I filled out my paperwork, I had to verify my age. So either way, but the way that it was supposed to work is Alana was supposed to help her. Well, Alana doesn't live there, from my understanding. Rumor has it she was with Draylon, whatever. So a couple of times, Pumpkin has had Josh kind of help her. Well, every time almost, Josh gets like irritated at it because it is chaotic and it is a mess. And she's like, wait, find that one. And he's like, who is that? Where is it? You know, it is. So he gets frustrated. Well, last night he got really frustrated, and I wasn't really paying a lot of attention. I had it recording. I was doing something else, but I started hearing him like go at her, like cursing at her, and he's like, um, "It's called the Sisters Closet, not the Josh and Pumpkin's closet, damn it." And he's like, "Where's your sister at? She's the one supposed to be over here doing it. Tell her to come over here and work it." And I was like, and a lot of people, it's so crazy because what Pumpkin is making over there is an echo chamber. Anybody that says anything even a little sideways that they don't like, they will block you. That is when that you are creating an echo chamber when you do that, of people that only say nice things to you. If you can't take somebody saying, "Dang, that was rude. Josh shouldn't have talked to you like that," because you're gonna boot them, you're creating an echo chamber. That's what they're doing over there. Either way, several people was like, "Oh, ha ha ha, Josh, he needs a Red Bull. Huh, Josh needs a cigarette." Ha, ha, laughing about it. Other people was like, "Why is he talking to you like that? Like that's not okay." Boot, you're blocked. Boot, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it made me wonder because Alana was in the chat working as far as like pinning comments and booting people, but it made me wonder if he would talk like that, like with Alana in the chat, knowing that she was going to see it. Did he talk like that, like in front of her? Like, would he say things in front of her, like with that like strong attitude that maybe made her uncomfortable? Is that why she moved in with Jessica and then possibly Draylon allegedly? Because maybe Josh's temper. I don't know. I mean, we do honestly. I kind of overlooked this before, but Josh told Dr. Ish that he would get so mad at June that he would punch holes in the walls of their house. You know, but it led me wondering. Now, let me tell you guys what I got to do now. I need to edit my second Teemu. I have to film and edit my third Teemu. And I got to go back and watch like 3 hours of this Pumpkin and Josh live to find this particular spot. Because I don't know. I've contemplated if I'm going to do a video on that. Because a lot of people was like, dude, like, help your wife. It's not that hard. Which it is frustrating. I understand because it is chaotic, you know. But if that's the only thing that y'all are doing during the day as far as like work related, and she's doing so much, because there was 3,000 people in the chat last night. You know, she was busy, handling it all by herself, basically. Like, why can't he help her? And you know, he's probably tired because she's keeping him up. Why don't they do it like during the day or something when the kids nap or something? I don't know. Georgia does not require a business license, only a tax ID. And she did say the other day that she got her tax ID. So she said something about like I'm verified or something through the IRS. I don't know, something like that. I'm like, just because is it because you have a tax ID? I guess your ID number verifies you, whatever. But either way, there's a lot of stuff that like I could talk about that I don't, but I did want to say that I am not the one commenting, and I don't comment on their stuff at all. She's commented on quite a bit of mine, a lot, which whatever. Because guess what? She's entitled to her opinion just like I am mine. I ain't got to agree with it, but I'm not going to go over there and argue with her about it because I'm minding the business that pays me. Okay. Either way, I'm tired. That part 3 is uploading, you guys. Y'all watch it tomorrow. Let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna work on the Teemu stuff. I'm gonna work on the Bash Chat stuff. Get that name down. And then working on the membership. Oh, she big, man. I know, right? Which I'm not trying to make her big, man. Like I honestly didn't even think that they would even watch my videos about the Draylen stuff. I really didn't. I thought like I'm gonna make my video about Draylen and how they cussed their whole fan base out and move along. Had no idea they watched, but maybe I'm more popular than I thought. I don't know. I'm gonna stay in the bushes and not comment. Yeah, me too. Anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I had fun hanging out with y'all. This is what I needed, like a little woosah refresher. Stop the editing and just chit chat and talk. I love y'all. And the last Sugar Bear installment will be up tomorrow. Heather, if you're in the chat and you want to reach out to me, love to talk to you. I am down. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.